Welcome to the Curtis Heritage Education Center's video series. Today we're going to look at a fire chief's cart. This cart dates from the steam pumper era. This cart would follow the steam pumper carrying the fire chief and a load of coal. The fire chief would have been the one in charge. He would have been ordering the staging of all of the equipment, and he was really the overall manager of the on-scene operation. This piece is from 1900, which was the middle of the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution impacted society and cultures in a variety of ways. The primary one was it concentrated more people into the large cities. As the large cities grew, buildings got taller, which meant they needed to find different ways to get water on the fire of the taller buildings. You can't throw water to a third-story fire with a bucket. So technology evolved. Someone had the idea to convert pumps for other uses to pumping water. First they were hand pumped, then steam powered. This cart would carry a load of coal. The coal was necessary to keep the boiler going in the steam pumper to keep the steam pressure up in order to pump water on the fire. It may have been hauling someone else as well, but if it was just one fire chief and then they needed a larger load of coal, you would simply slide this back and fold it up, and you had room for more coal. Primary innovation on this is the ability to convert to a sleigh. It could be used year-round, even in the coldest climate and the deepest snow. It still could function, which was a critical element during the winter, which of course is when a lot of the fires occurred. The other interesting feature that relates to things today is the board in front that was called a dashboard. And it was called a dashboard because it protected the rider from the mud being dashed up by the horse's hooves. Later, as vehicles converted to motorized, they needed someplace to put gauges and switches. The dashboard was the perfect place to start doing that because they were converted carriages. That's why the car dashboard is called a dashboard today. The other thing that relates to today is you'll notice it's red. Fire vehicles back in the day were painted red so that they were clearly stand out and people would clearly identify them as a fire vehicle. Red, interestingly enough, was the most expensive paint. So if you had a red vehicle, it showed that you were pretty invested in that piece of equipment. The pride in the individual companies was important because the fire service in the earliest days only got paid by the insurance company if you were the company that was first to the fire and fought the fire. So there was real competition amongst the private companies. The insurance companies would give you a plaque if your house was insured, and you put that plaque on your outside at your door. So if the fire department showed up and saw that plaque, they'd know they were going to get paid if they were the ones to fight the fire. So that led to a lot of competition between various fire companies to be the first to the fire, and sometimes they would sabotage other companies' equipment. It led to fighting between companies before they started fighting the fire. If you can just imagine the scene where these two vehicles show up, the firefighters all start fighting to be the one that gets to fight the fire so they get paid. Meanwhile, the structure is burning. Just visualize that. Fortunately, we're not in that position today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, want to learn more, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned.